So the next horse in my horse to follow is Petit Tonnerre, but I am worried that he might have left John Joe O'Neill. It doesn't matter if he's left John Joe O'Neill, but as long as he's gone somewhere else, I just hope that they haven't got rid of him completely. JP Menace has sold the horse and he's now running in France or Italy or Germany, or because I think there's plenty still to come from Petit Tonnerre. So Petit Tonnerre is only 5, turning 6. He's only a youngster. And yet he's been asked to run in some very competitive handicaps. He finished second in a good handicap at Newbury, behind Red Risk. He then went to the Lanzarote hurdle, and I don't think he went off the biggest of prices. 14 to 1 for a Lanzarote hurdle. He then ran in a decent handicap at Ascot, and then ended up in the county hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. Now, in the county hurdle, he demonstrated he doesn't have the speed for 2 mile. He wants 2.5 mile. And he's only rated 139. And I just wondered whether, as a 5-year-old, they didn't want to give him his ideal conditions because they didn't want to kind of empty the horse out. They were hoping that this was the season that they could get the best out of him, which is a concern that he's now not listed as training with John Joe O'Neill. I think there's so much more to come. He definitely wants this 2.5 mile, which he got at Newbury when running on strongly. Just got beat by Red Risk. He didn't get home in the Lanzarote hurdle, but a lot of horses didn't. Outlaw Peter didn't. Outlaw Peter's done perfectly well since then. Plenty of other horses didn't get home. Look at how many finish. Just 4 finished that day in the Lanzarote hurdle. It was so attritional, and horses turned into it. Outlaw Peter turned into the straight looking like he was going really well and ended up not getting home at all. I think you really had to stay that day to win or to even get round. Petit Tonnerre, as a 5-year-old, probably lacked a little bit of experience, having only had the 4 runs. That would have definitely been where I'd have been targeting him again. Once the trip, would have got the trip perfectly. And even watching the race back last year, the Lanzarote, he got hampered early on. He was hampered by a faller, then made a mistake 5 out and was pulled up very quickly. I think if he returned this year, he would go much, much closer. But I'm just worried that he's not listed as in training with John Joe O'Neill. I can't actually find much about him, like his handicap mark or anything at the moment, possibly suggesting he's been taken out of training, which would be a shame. But I still want to talk about him just in case he pops up somewhere I guess it would be a lesser-known trainer for John Joe O'Neill. Maybe he goes to Ben Haslam as he's a JP McManus horse. If he does, Ben Haslam has got a horse that is still ahead of his mark. He just wants conditions to suit, and will be still improving, in my opinion.